on this new moon, it's very much about, in this darkness, in the dark night, it's very much about the feminine energy, and it's very much about intention setting. It's very much about sowing the seeds, setting intentions, and getting clear on your goals for the next 30 days. So the new moon is the perfect time to manifest your desires and set intentions for those next 30 days. Hey gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today's video comes highly requested after I did my how to manifest with your crystals video a couple of weeks ago. So a lot of you wanted to know what to do on a new moon and full moon and what they mean. Now I did do a video on this, gosh, like 5-6 years ago. So I think it's about time that I do an update, share some new tips and tools, and share with you my practice that I do every single month and see huge success and results with. Manifesting and releasing with the new and full moon is so much fun, and I thought I'd share with you today how you can do that, and also what you should do, when you should do it, and how moon cycles work. So let's start off with the new moon then. So the new moon and full moon happen normally once a month. Sometimes you can have 2 new moons, sometimes you can have 2 full moons, which is called a blue moon. So a lot of the time people are like, once in a blue moon, and it's very rare. But actually, blue moons are actually quite common. So it's funny that they're always perceived as so rare when actually they can happen quite often. So 2 full moons in a month become a blue moon. With intention setting, with using the new moon and the full moon in your manifestation and spiritual practice, you always work in a 30-day cycle. So a 30-day lunar cycle. So if you're setting intentions or setting manifestations on the new moon, you would check in with them on the next new moon, which is the next month, and vice versa. If you're releasing and doing things on the full moon, you would check in with that on the next full moon 30 days later. So manifesting with the moon cycles is very much a 30-day cycle focus. It's not about setting your 2022 goals on a new moon this month and, whatever. It's about breaking them down and setting 30-day goals and what you can achieve and manifest within those 30 days. So always use the lunar cycles as lunar cycle to lunar cycle, not like a whole year of manifestation. So new moon manifesting is a great way to manifest regularly. I do this every single month. I love doing this, and I've seen some huge things in my life through manifesting with the moon cycles. So let's start off with the new moon. So the new moon tends to be at the beginning of the month. This can change, like in April, there is another new moon at the end of April. So you don't actually tend to have one at the beginning of the month in that instance. But normally, traditionally, they are at the beginning of the month in that first week. And you can Google really easily when the new moon and full moons are. And of course, if you follow me on social media or follow my community here on YouTube, I post them and what sign they're in anyway each and every time. So you can always follow that for more information. So we also have names like the new moon in Pisces, which we had this month in March, and obviously next month it'll be the new moon in Aries. So the new moons always follow the sun sign as such, or the astrological sign. So obviously Pisces is March, Aries is April. Obviously those dates go from I think it's like the 21st to the 21st of each month, or the 22nd to the 22nd of each month. It does change slightly. So from the 22nd of March, we then go into Aries season until the 22nd of April, when then we move into the next sign. So whatever the new moon is in, so everybody born between those time frames is obviously like Pisces, Aries, whatever it's in. And then the new moon is obviously in the sign that is ruling that month, essentially. So this month in March, we had a new moon in Pisces. Next month, we'll have a new moon in Aries. The full moon is the opposite side of the astrological houses as such. So it's the most opposite sign or opposing sign to the new moon. So the new moon in Pisces brings the full moon in Virgo. So it's the sign which is 6 months apart. It's obviously Virgo is 6 months apart from Pisces, and it's the most opposite sign on all the signs. I'm not an astrologer or moonologist, so you get what I mean, right? So next month, you will have the new moon in Aries as we move into Aries season. And then we will have the full moon in Libra, because obviously like Virgo, Libra, Scorpio as you go through. So it's always the most opposite sign. So the sign which is 6 months apart, which will be the full moon. Again, you can find all this information really easily on my channels and Google too, if you can't be bothered to work that out. So what do we do on a new moon then? So the new moon is when the moon is completely dark in the sky. It's called the dark moon. And you can't see the moon at all. And again, this is normally traditionally the first week of the month, but that can change, of course. So on this new moon, it's very much about, in this darkness, in the dark night, it's very much about the feminine energy, and it's very much about intention setting. It's very much about sowing the seeds, setting intentions, and getting clear on your goals for the next 30 days. So the new moon is the perfect time to manifest your desires and set intentions for those next 30 days. I love doing this, and it's also really important to look at, is it the new moon in Pisces? Is it the new moon in Aries? Because each energy and each sign will bring a different focus to that new moon. So for instance, if you have a new moon in your love house, for example, in your astrology chart, then that would be like the perfect new moon to manifest love into your life. So you can use the energy of the new moons and the signs of the new moons as well to manifest certain things and see at what point in the year would be the best time for you to manifest X, Y, Z in whatever area of your life. Now, astrology and houses is not my expertise. Please go to an astrology or numerology channel that can walk you through how to do your natal charts, how to find out what houses all of these things or the new moon's going to be in, because obviously I would be here for hours doing that. So there are lots of resources out there that can tell you all of these things. But essentially, for that bit of information I've just given you, you just need to look up your natal chart, which you can get free online from loads of great websites. So not only can you use the energy of certain new moons to manifest certain things in your life, of course you can use all of the new moons to manifest regardless. So you don't tend to have to focus too much on what house is it in, what sign is it in, but those things can absolutely help and guide you as well. So with the new moon being all about manifestation, I'm going to show you what I do in my practice. So this is my moon journal that I sell on my website and in my merchandise store. So this is what I use every single month, and this is what I love, and hence why I created it, because I know what I wanted in a moon journal and I made it. Of course, you don't have to use this. You can use any moon journal. You can use a notebook, a journal, whatever floats your boat. But for the purpose for this video, I'm going to show you what I do in my moon journal. So on the first page, you've got loads of information all about top tips and tools for the new moon and full moon. And then on the first page, you've got the new moon sheet. And then on the reverse side of that page, you've got the full moon sheet. So obviously this is designed specifically so that you can write your goals and then write your full moon exercise and then rip it out and burn it. There is logic to the madness there, trust me. So if we use March's new moon, for example, under this new moon in Pisces, I call in. So under this new moon in Pisces, I call in, and then underneath write down all the things that you would like to manifest and call into your life over the next 30 days. So this can be personal goals, work goals. I've even put a space for money manifestation as well. So absolutely set a money goal of how much income you would like to earn, or you know, what extra money you would like to receive this month as a manifestation. So write down all of your goals and intentions of what you would like to achieve over the next 30 days or what you would like to manifest. So write all of them down and spend some time on that, really getting clear and, you know, getting really intentional with it. And then I've put a gratitude section of I am so grateful for. Now, the reason why gratitude is so important to do with your new moon manifesting is because, as well as setting intentions, it's really important to express gratitude and appreciation for everything that we have now, because this just enhances the practice even more. So set your intentions, write your gratitude, just 3 to 5 points is fine, of just I'm so grateful for, and then whatever it is, and then because, and write your why. Or maybe you just want to put some names down or things down that you're grateful for and spend some time visualizing and focusing on them. Up to you what you do with that one. Don't forget to write your money manifestation as well, because you want to manifest some money over the month as well. So what would you like to manifest monetary wise over the next 30 days? And then mantra of the month is just a little bonus that I've put in here, but I love doing this. list. So what is your word or mantra for the month? What energy would you like to experience over the next month? It could be an affirmation, it could be a word, it could be a mantra. So put a focus of what you would like to experience. And of course, in your intention setting a manifestation list, don't forget to put how you want to feel. What would you like to experience or feel as well? Feeling and emotional manifestations are still just as important. So don't forget to put how you would like to feel on there as well. So once you've done your new moon list, you can just leave this in your journal. You don't have to do anything with it. I tend to leave mine because then I can tick it off on the next month and see what I've manifested. So you leave that in your journal or your diary book, whatever you are writing in. So, and just finally, I just like to end it with, and so it is. So you can say that if you've got the journal, or write it in your own journal, and so it is. So that's all you need to do on the new moon. It's super simple and a great way to just be really intentional and set some manifesting goodness over your coming month. And you will see huge results. Sometimes I see my manifestations come in by the full moon. But again, give yourself those full 30 days to receive your desires. So the full moon. So the full moon is all about releasing and letting go. There is such a myth about manifestation on the full moon, and I definitely don't suggest, I'm not like against it, but I wouldn't suggest setting intentions on the full moon. That is not what the energy is. The energy is all about releasing and letting go. It's a very different energy. And the full moon is obviously when the moon appears in its fullest form in the sky and you can see it fully. And this tends to be traditionally, again, around like the third week of the month. It's basically always 2 weeks after the new moon. So it's like 14 days. So 14 days after your new moon, there's your full moon. And then 2 weeks after your full moon is obviously your new moon again. So again, the dates may differ each month, but 14 days afterwards, it's always when that full moon will be. And the full moon is a time of completion. Think about it even in the sky. You're sowing the seeds in the darkness, the soil on the new moon. And then in the full moon, you're reaping the rewards, the harvest, the completion. So it's a very completion full moon, which definitely means you can see your desires by the full moon, absolutely. But it's very much an energy of like completion, fulfillment, releasing, letting go, and a tidying up job as such, to then be able to move towards that new moon again of new energy, new beginnings, etc., etc. So I forgot to say, the new moon is definitely about new beginnings as well, whereas the full moon is about completions. So on the full moon, I put under this full moon, so we'll use this month's one again, under this full moon in Virgo, I am ready to release. And then I write down all the things that I'm ready to release and let go of. So maybe that's people, situations, maybe that's some healing I've been doing, some emotions I've been feeling, maybe I want to release something I felt that month. So I release and let go of anything that isn't, serving my highest good, and I write down all of them in this spot. So really spend some time on this. What are you ready to release? What are you ready to let go of? This could be patterns, beliefs, absolutely anything. And then underneath, you're going to put, under this full moon, I forgive. And then what you forgive. This can be people, this can be situations, and of course, don't forget to put yourself on there. We always need to express more compassion and forgiveness to ourselves, absolutely. And the reason why forgiveness is important on a full moon is, again, that completion, that wrap up, that release. So by expressing forgiveness instead of gratitude, you're able to, come back into equilibrium and find that peace and be ready to move towards those new beginnings by letting go. So forgiveness is a great one to do on your full moon practice. And then I normally just sign my full moon list after that to be like, I'm ready to let this go. And then I rip it out. So obviously your new moon, if you're using this format, your new moon will be on the front page. So if you're very keen to keep your new moon list, then take a picture of it or whatever, or just do it on separate pages if that's easier. But I tend to actually burn my new moon list, hence why they're on the back of each other in the journal, because then it allows me to release. So any attachment that I've got to those desires, anything where I'm like, oh, is it here yet? Oh, it's full moon. I just release that full moon list and I release the new moon list as well. So I'm ready to say, right, ready to let that go, and I'm ready to welcome in those new beginnings as we move back towards the darkness of the new moon. So just to recap, the new moon is about setting intentions, sowing the seeds, new beginnings, and new energy. manifestation essentially. And the full moon is about completion, the wrap up, releasing and letting go. So you can harness each energy really powerfully. And like I said, the signs that influence that new moon and full moon will absolutely influence that energy as well. So sometimes it's great to look these up to know what the themes will be coming up around that full moon, maybe how you're going to be feeling. It's a great indication of what you can expect by looking up what the full moon in Virgo is, what the full moon in Libra is, etc. And of course, some other great things you can do, as well as like a journaling exercise on the new moon and full moon, is to work with your crystals as well. Using the lunar cycles is a great way to cleanse and also charge your crystals as well. Now, you can put them on your windowsill, so obviously the moon can shine down upon them. You can put them in your garden if you trust them to stay there and birds and animals won't steal them. So you can put them out in your garden, you can put them on your windowsill. But yes, absolutely, you can use the moon cycles to create moon water, to charge and cleanse your crystals, to do so many different things. A lot of people like to create moon water where they will like put their water on the windowsill or outside again, set intentions and allow the moon to charge the water and then drink it in the morning. So moon water is a great thing to do. I don't personally do this myself, but I'm sure there are lots of great tutorials and advice out there on moon water. Crystals, I do tend to cleanse and charge with the moon cycles. I love doing that safely from the windowsill. And again, just do anything that feels good to you. Sometimes I pull some oracle cards or tarot cards about like what the themes are this new moon for me or full moon. What do I need to release? What is the universe wanting me to work on? So even just a bit of a divination session as well can be really good with your new moon or full moon practice. And maybe if you're feeling fancy, you could even do a meditation as well. Allow yourself to be guided, allow yourself to, really have an intentional practice each new moon and full moon, because I really notice the difference when I do them. I notice that I'm so much more focused. I notice I get the results that I want because I'm obviously focused on it and I'm setting those intentions and I'm being consistent with it. So definitely do use the new moon and full moon cycles to harness your manifesting superpowers and to release and let go as well, because they are so fantastic for doing this. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's given you some fantastic tips and tools of how you can work with the lunar cycles to manifest and enhance your spiritual practices. And of course, please do let me know what you do on the new moon and full moon in the comments below as well, because I would love to hear what you guys do, and I'm sure everybody watching would love to hear it as well. So thank you so much guys for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all, and let me know what you do and maybe even some videos you would like to see me do here on this channel. And of course, don't forget you can join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a fantastic week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love.